So the trophy was manufactured by John Barnard and Sons of London. It's 90 ounces of solid silver, originally gilded, but over the years the gilding has worn off. And this is the first time that the trophy has travelled outside the United Kingdom and come to Australia for the championship. It's a very historic trophy. It's the oldest trophy in the world for a world championship. It predates the claret jug for the British Open, and it even predates the Wimbledon men's singles trophy, both of which are some years younger than this trophy. It's had a storied career, won by all the great champions over the years, and we're delighted to have it here in Australia for presentation to the 2019 World Billiards Championship here at the RACV Club in Melbourne, Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention please? Welcome to the second semi-final of the World Billiards Championships. We have Peter Gilchrist from Singapore and his opponent for the match is Causier from England. The referee for the match is Captain Christie from Ireland. Before I hand it over to the referees, please make sure your mobile phones are turned off. If a phone rings, you'll be leaving the building. I'll hand it over to the referee to get the match underway. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck, Kevin.
Get the break of the white. 2. Miss, Gilchrist 2. Three. Six. Eight. Ten. Well. 14. 16. 18. 20. 23. 25. 28. 28. 25. Seven. That mobile's turned off, please. 10. The mobiles, please, be turned off, or else leave the room. 16. Two. Five. 27. 29. 31. 33. 36. 38. 40. 42. 45. 48. 51. Causier, 51. 2. 5. Causier, 5. 20. 22. 24. 27. 30. 32. 35. 37. 40. 43. 45. 47. 50. 52. 55. 57. 60. 62. 65. 68. 70. 73. 76. 78. 81. Following morning at 8. 83. 84. 86. $89. 91. 94. Bottom line crossed. 96.
'So, hello everyone and welcome to the RACV Club in Melbourne, Australia for the second semi-final of the World 2019 Endeavour Life Care World Billiards Championship. My name's David Pitt and I'm joined in commentary in a moment by Ryan Mears from England, the world number 6, who's come out here to play in the World Championship. Unfortunately for Ryan, he went out in the yesterday in the knockout matches, but
last 16, wasn't it?
In the last 16, yeah. So welcome, Ryan.
Well, cheers, thank you.
Have you enjoyed your time here at RACV
It's been
this
brilliant,
week?
and I'm really pleased to get that far. To be fair, so I've only ever been to the last 16 once before, and that was last year where I lost to Sourav.
Ah, okay. All right.
We had a good game, me and Sourav. He beat me in the World Open and the World Championship.
Oh, that was
quarters of the World Open, and last 16 of the World Championship.
Okay, so a little bit unlucky to run into the World Champion twice, really, isn't it?
But I had a good game against him.
That's the draw goes.
I was winning, you know.
Yes.
After 75 minutes, I was 8 in front,
Right.
and it was he got a good shot and got 129 towards the end, which won it for him.
Nice fluke there for David
Causier.
He smashed the wide all around the table. It's gone off 4 cushions and popped into the middle, but it hasn't done him a lot of good because this red looks to be awfully close to the cushion.
Is he playing the in-off?
Oh no, I think it's hard to tell what he was doing. He may have been trying to thin
He's
it off.
played that shot, the double kiss down the rail.
I think he got the double kiss, yeah. So early stages in this second semi-final. Earlier on we saw Mike Russell and Sourav Kathari competing in their semi-final. 4 hour matches in the semi-finals here at RACV, and at the halfway mark of that match, there's only a handful of points in it.
Sourav 27, isn't it?
Yeah, Sourav leading 541 to 514. So really, that's anybody's match with the second session to follow on from this first session of the second semi-final. So at this stage, in the early stages, Peter Gilchrist has just got out to a little lead. He's on 140, and just a lovely shot there of Peter with a soft screw back off the red. He couldn't do much with that. He just wanted to get away from the red.
Pull it again there and up for the centre.
Pull it again there and bring it up to the centre spot on the table.
I know these guys really well. These two, they've played each other countless times. I've seen them playing more than half a dozen finals, and it's very even between them.
They've each won 3 World Championships. Peter's spread out over a longer period than David, who I think he's won his 3 in the last 4 or 5 years. Definitely David is the form player of this tournament. He's made I think 3 or 4 400s so far, and plenty of 300s in his...
Yeah, he made 2 400s in his first 2 group games, didn't he?
Yeah, don't I know it.
Impressive
he made one of them against me.
Did he?
But, that's a surprise.
Oh, wow, that's a big surprise.
He was a bit narrow there, but he played it with plenty of
check,
side.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm confused. I'm
confused
there why that.
We saw Mike
how
Russell
that didn't go.
And indeed Matthew Bolton missing a few easy shots like that. So just occasionally something's going wrong here. Yeah, no, David Causier playing absolutely brilliantly. Had a fantastic match against Sourav. He rode that one home as he does.
He had a good game
Fantastic
with
match
Dwaj.
against Suraj. A great match against Dwaj in the World Open. He made a 655 break.
Of all the finals I've seen,
in
that's
the
one of
World
the best
Open.
I've ever seen. That's probably the best I've ever seen.
Fantastic
in terms of
match,
drama.
that final, because
The comeback effort was immense.
By Dwaj. It was 100 mon unfinished when the bell went to lose by 7. So wonderful game that. Against the.
He was unlucky, Dwaj. He landed straight on that red, hampered Kieran, straight red. Any angle, he didn't need to go to bulk, and he might have had them few seconds that he needed to nick it.
A nice controlled shot there from David. Very positive in his movements. David, he knows exactly what he's trying to do. He's a really strong player, very heavy scorer, and he's the one who's really been making the runnings in the big break department this week with 655. As I said, I think he's got 4 other 400s, and I think the only other one with a 400 is Sura with a 407.
407, that's right, yeah.
Yesterday.
Did that against Pankaj, didn't he?
Yeah, against Pankaj in a great match.
Huge win, that was a really good win that for him.
Really one of the matches of the tournament with Pankaj Advani well down early. After that 400.
Was it something like he scored 750 points in 3 visits or something?
And then he came back again, but wonderful billiards. Each day that we're here, we say, "Wow, how good is this billiards?" And then the next day it just gets better.
Yeah, it's never ending,
because as the field reduces down in number in the knockout stage from 24 to 16, and from 16 down to 8, and now we're down to 4. We're just seeing 4 of the greatest players in modern times playing. They've won 19 world championships between them, 19 world professional billiards championships between them. These 4 players, led by Mike Russell with 12, these 2 with 3 each, and Surav with 1. So absolutely a case of the cream rising to the top in this tournament. So we're just seeing David. He's got the white in perfect position at the top. He's just advanced the red up towards the middle.
Send the red back up for a better pot in the middle.
Better angle to pot it, he's left that
it's a little bit short. It's a drop cannon.
So this isn't completely desirable.
He always wants to avoid the drop cannons. You want to have the pots.
There's always a danger here. He's playing for the double kiss, which he's got, but the white's just squirted away to the side. No problems at all. This is a great position. He can develop this back into top of the table. But once you get the white there, right
keep it
under the spot, you want to keep it there. Yeah, well, that's a nice shot. A little bit of check side just to keep himself away from the white and get onto a nice angle there.
Send it in behind the red. Behind the red there.
Lovely recovery shot there. Yeah. So Brian, you're staying here at the RACV club. How is it?
Oh, it's an amazing club, and the facilities, second to none. I've got 60-inch TVs. You've got everything in this venue.
Yes, it's a wonderful
really
venue. We're very lucky
special.
to be here, and lots and lots of beautiful billiards room with 8 Alcock antique tables.
So many facilities there.
Beautifully prepared for this championship by Alcock. There's about 7 or 8 restaurants in here, ranging from casual bistros to fine dining, and there's also a number of bars here at the RACV. Have you been able to discover any of those, Ryan, at all?
The Irish bar I've visited once, but I'm not much of a drinker.
Not much of a drinker?
So.
Still, but you can always go in and have a bit of a chat. Oh.
He did land short on that red.
Yeah,
I was just thinking he landed short.
And he
Bit
did
of a
have to take
cutback.
it
He
around
didn't want
the
to have
table,
to go in and out of bowl.
he really, I think he might have just gone a little bit quickly on that one rather than
Maybe
taking
didn't give himself enough time to. It was a different shot to the one he was wanting.
He's left them okay for Peter here. He can just play a cannon off the cushion, I think. He
might send the red across.
He had to hit that harder than I thought.
Yeah,
so these could finish anywhere. 2 straight on the yellow. Difficult run through the yellow. He's such a great curist though that's definitely an option for him, but also the long red. The problem with the long red is he can't really control where the white ball's going, so it would be a bit of
it's going to go for the run through and off.
So this is the controlled shot. It's more difficult than the pot red, but this is
better
the one
position.
that will lead good position. No, he hasn't
It's
got
not going to
that.
make it.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
it
he's
is.
played it
Oh,
well.
what a wonderful shot.
Played it well.
What a
Great
wonderful
shot.
shot. It's fallen in on the absolute last roll. Beautiful pace control, and put the white directly in front of the D, from which he's got a choice of going in off on either side of the table. Interesting choice he's making here.
So
Going
dead
off,
weighting off.
Yeah,
Leave
just
it near
going
the,
off on
near the centre
the
of the table.
on the
And they
perfect.
have an in off as well after that.
Interesting choice where he's gone onto the narrow side there. In Australia, our preference is to go in off on the wide side, but I noticed that with the players from England, Peter of course is originally from England, they tend to favour going in off in the narrow side. Do you have a preference yourself, Ryan,
It's
for
similar.
that shot?
It depends where you're trying to leave the object ball. If you're leaving it, he wanted to leave it sort of the other side of the red, so he could do that cannon he's just done.
Okay, so it just depends on the position.
It does
as to,
really.
as to which way you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you tend to position it so you don't lose the object white too far.
Oh yes, you just want
it's
to
quite
keep
a thin
keep
one.
It,
It's quite a thin
one to just leave it for
Yeah,
another.
it's not the half
another
ball,
middle pocket
normal half
loser.
ball. Yeah.
And do you play those plain ball, right? Do you play those plain ball or with a little
Plain
bit
ball,
of side?
yeah, plain ball
It's
generally.
interesting.
Yeah.
Most people do play those plain ball. They're just concentrating on the thin cannon. But a great player here in Melbourne of earlier times who I knew when I was young, Jim Long, runner-up in the World Amateur Championship in 1960. He played that shot with a little bit of check side, and he learned a lot of his billiards from Walter Lindrum. So that's probably how Walter Lindrum played them. So just an interesting
It's
little
easier to see
snippet.
if you're playing check side. It's easier to see the line because it's not going so wide from the first ball. But the only thing is it cuts off the angle a bit. It's a bit sharper then.
So just playing very carefully here, Peter. Just play that.
Probably play
straight
the in
putt
off white, in off yellow here. Set up the drop cannon.
They do. No, I think he's playing safety first. So
He is
the
playing
in
the
off
red,
is on. But it's just sometimes the white might not go exactly where you want, or sometimes you might not judge the angle correctly. Going in off
it's
the red,
interesting, that one.
you can't miss the angle because you know exactly.
And of course you've got the pot
from
red,
stand to
you've got the
half
pot
ball.
red or in off red.
So it's
for
just
the
a little
next
bit
shot.
safer, but he's brought that up, as you say, Ryan, for a pot. And if he strikes this smoothly, he can probably just.
He wants to get round the yellow if he can.
That's okay.
Send it back in.
Slow cannon.
Slow cushion cannon.
Yeah, just nudging the white. Lovely shot, that. Lovely touch.
It's a good touch. That.
You see that from all these top players. Their touch is absolutely exquisite. They can play these little cannons around the top of the ball, and they'll just nudge the second ball.
This is the position here. He can sort of just glide past the yellow, and then he can send it back in next shot.
A little bit of stun just to widen the angle. And that's a lovely shot. That's a really key shot in.
Nice lot of check on this shot and get the yellow right behind the spot.
Yeah, lovely pictures here from our producer Dan Lynch from Cue Ball TV.
It's a nice
He's got
camera
a
angle, isn't it,
4-camera set up here, which is the first time we've had that, and we're getting a nice close up of our referee Kevin Christie from Ireland, who's
know Kevin very well as well.
Yeah, who's
top
doing
ref.
a great job here. Nice, clear voice. Once you decipher the Irish accent, you can understand everything he's saying, and very highly respected.
As soon as you learn the trees, the threes,
right.
and he's a top ref, Kevin.
Somebody's just giving that camera a bit of a shake there, which has been the bane of Dan's existence this week.
Bit of right hand side this time, just to turn the red over, keep it straight.
Was it? So a little screw back, even that simple little screw back, he just had a touch of right hand side on that. It's just so interesting to watch these top players and just see the minuscule amounts of side that they will put on certain shots, even on what looked like a perfectly straightforward straight screw back, which a snooker player would never dream of playing side on. They would just hit it at that centre wall, that shot in snooker. But in billiards, you're just trying to do that little bit more to land, not inch perfect, but millimetre perfect, because the secret of the game is not getting the shots. The secret of the game is leaving an easy one for the next shot.
And these little cannons playing the side, sort of generally it turns the red over to leave the angle on the red that they want next shot.
Another nice cannon off the top here, just pushing the red past the yellow, pace to catch a jaw, pushing the
Just
white
about
up close to
spots
the
there,
line.
yeah.
This is lovely. A little bit thin. We might have. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Perhaps he came
I've
a little
seen
far on that one.
I've
do you
seen
think?
Peter in Ireland. He had a position like this,
Yeah.
and he got over 100 in under 4 minutes.
Right.
And how he did it by leaving a straight red
Yeah.
after that cannon, screwing back to the same side, pot the red again,
Yeah.
and then cannon a red, all at the same side of the table.
Yeah, we never had to walk around.
Never had
that's
to
the
walk around.
ideal.
I think he
And
did something like 5 cycles of this.
Yes, yeah, and of
where he
course
didn't
each
even walk
time
around the table.
he's just nudging the
white-
yellow ball,
white
and that's
barely
how
moved.
the
Yeah.
object ball barely moved. Yeah. No, he's a lovely player to watch, Peter. He's he's beautiful long cue action. He's complete mastery of
Yeah.
all aspects of the game. No weaknesses in his game. He's a great potter.
He's a
Beautiful
great
touch.
all-round.
Great
He's got all
all-round
the shots
player.
in it. All the
A
shots.
great all-round player. I saw him at Yarraville this year in the final of the Australian Open, which he won, and he was struggling to get to the top. The balls just were running unkindly for him. But despite the fact that things weren't going all that well, he still made 3 200 breaks, virtually in succession. And I was in commentary with Matt Bolton, and I said to him, Peter's struggling here. He can't get them to the top, and they're just not going how he wants. And crossing the baulk line there, taking that deep into the
It's going
into
close
the
to the
corner.
pocket. It's okay.
Yeah, that's worked out very
okay.
nicely. That's left quite a nice angle. So as I said, Peter was struggling with this, and Matt said to me, "Oh no, this is fantastic when you're playing like this, when you're forced to play all round game, but you keep going at it." He said you gain a lot of confidence from that, and you shouldn't think, "Oh, I'm struggling here. I'm not getting to the top." Just be content to take the points as they come. The top of the table will come along, and the objective is to be at the table. Yeah, nice little shot there. Very tight, that one. He just had to
avoid the double
squeeze
kiss,
past his ball through a little gap and avoid the double kiss, which he's done beautifully, and yet just hit it softly enough for the white to remain.
If he can play this dead
in
weight
nice
here,
range.
leave the
I
red
think,
on.
Yeah.
He's got the yellow nice.
He's played that nicely. Didn't really want to
Didn't really want
pot
to
the
pot
red,
it,
but
did
it doesn't matter because he's on the half ball line.
This is true. He can just leave
Yeah.
the red over the middle,
Yeah,
and
put
he's
this over the middle.
maybe
That's what he
back
comes.
there in a couple
Yeah.
of shots.
Just wobbled in off the jaw, but no problems at all. Yeah, so of course in scratching around, as I was thinking, he established a need of nearly 600, which 3 200s will do, and then after that, suddenly enough, the top of the table came good, and he went on and won that match very, very comfortably. That was the final of that tournament. So
It was a very special final that Peter and Dave played in Ireland. I'm not sure if Kevin was there. I think Kevin might have been the ref for that, and it was an epic. It was a 1-pointer.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And it went down to there was a couple of 200 breaks during it, couple each.
Nasty result there. He's got a smother or a
Is
cover.
there a masse on there?
Yeah, I don't even know that if he can get around behind that.
On this side of the table, because when you do a masse,
Yes.
your cue gets trapped. If you're right-handed in this position, your cue can get trapped between your hand and the ball,
Okay,
and it sort of just pushes the ball away.
right.
You want to be able to drop your cue down on the ball and it sort of go out to open space, and then
Right.
you get the swerve.
Right.
So here, I mean, a Roxton Chapman, they'd be doing a left-handed masse maybe.
Oh, would he? And would he be going around the outside of the red here or the inside?
They'd be going around sort of the other
Towards
side
bulk?
of the cushion,
Yeah.
towards the bulk end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
This is a very difficult masse though because he's so
it
close to
is
the ball.
difficult.
you know. So I think he might
A left-handed Massayer would
yeah.
be better in a better
So
position.
I suspect
for
he
this
might
one.
be playing this as a cushion first cannon. Let's see
I think
what,
he is.
what
I
he
think
does.
that's right.
Yeah.
Fairly full on the red,
Yeah,
and they go across
yeah.
to the yellow.
This will be a great shot if he gets it. Oh, what a great shot.
Great shot.
Wonderful shot. Controlled shot. You know, he didn't try to hit it hard. He just...
Yeah, it's amazing how well he controlled that.
Yeah, that was a really,
Thought he had to hit
really
that quite
wonderful,
hard
difficult cushion first shot. So 118 to go. You know, first blood, really first century of the match, I think, to Peter Gilchrist. And he's got them in nice position here. Just a simple enough. He can put the yellow anywhere he likes here.
Just
really.
above the red.
Oh, next
somewhere.
to it. Yeah, just that's nice.
Yeah, mini, it's close drop cannon there, isn't it? And
Could be an inch an inch further, but it's pretty good. I don't think he'll try to do too much with this. Just drop the red down.
probably a
corner
lot of
and-
check cider just to keep the yellow into the middle of the table.
Ooh, he didn't really want to go over there, but
Caught it a bit thin, didn't he?
yeah, he did catch it a bit thin. He needed to get that a bit thicker. This is missable.
There's a bit of pressure on this one.
Yeah.
Good bit of queuing. And that's it.
Yeah, nice shot. Nice
Great
shot.
queuist, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
Them
yeah,
shots
yeah.
very reliable.
He's made a 147 break in snooker, so you know, and he's had some very good results in snooker on the rare occasions that he plays it. Well, it was a good pot there, but part of the problem with being so far away is that
He didn't want to risk rolling it too slow.
He couldn't hit it too slowly, so in sort of making sure of the pot, he's actually
had to
come
hit it
too
positive.
far into a difficult position.
And he's got this.
That's a nice shot, yeah, nice shot. But again, he's gotten in off the red here, so that's okay.
Thin off the red's natural here. He's all right. He's back to prime just
Yeah.
about.
It looks as though it
Don't know
could
if
be
he
a
needs
little bit wide.
a little bit of stun,
little
maybe.
bit wide. Maybe just raise his butt and play it with left hand side. We'll see what he does. Well, the other way to play that is a thin screw. There's about 3 different ways to play this one. Yeah, thin screw.
Those are always very tricky.
Beautifully played. Just pulled it up.
Yeah, it's very well played.
Good
That
position, beautiful
very well
shot.
played. They're
yeah.
tough shots.
Yeah.
Soft
David
screws.
Causier just hopping up out of his chair there to just see exactly where the red was in relation to the cushion. So he's got a little
it's
bit of
just
thinking
about
to do
okay.
here. Should he? He's thinking about will I play for
Thinking
the
off yellow maybe, and
play for the yellow, or will I
set
play
the drop.
off the red?
if he leaves it near the middle, he's got a choice of both.
Yeah.
Have a choice of both there. So he's got the options of both now.
Had two bob each way here, so he can still make up his mind about this. So he's going in off the yellow, right hand side, to take it into the pocket. Just
that's good yellow ball
pushing
control.
the yellow up. Beautiful pace control for a perfect drop cannon position. Oh, didn't I have a cigarette?
It's going back to that final.
Yes.
There was, a couple of really good finals. There was a couple of double centuries each. Well, at least one double century each, and it went down to last couple of minutes, and I think it was Peter that missed, and it was 434 to 433, something like that.
Peter missed on the last shot,
and he missed, and he was one behind.
One behind, and he missed.
Dave come to the table, and he had to get the extensions out.
Yes.
The long tackle.
Yes.
And it's less than 30 seconds at this point to go.
Yeah.
And, Dave didn't want to sort of
be time wasting.
Yes.
But he didn't want to play the shot either.
It was in his best interest not to play it and take his time. But he didn't want to win it on a shot that he didn't play. So he played it quick.
Yes.
And he played it quick enough that it was in his hands. He had to get it to win the match.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it. If anything, he rushed it.
So he was still one behind them.
And he was
One in front.
one in front.
Yeah. But he missed, and did he leave
Yeah,
at the time?
and the thing is, he didn't take his time,
Yeah.
and he easily could have. He could have just chalked the long tackle cue.
I asked the referee to
And that would have been enough time.
clean the cue ball.
Clean the cue ball. That would have anything like that, and the
Because-
time would have gone.
Of course, that's not ethical
But,
to do that. To ask the referee to clean the ball. In fact,
Yeah, he did.
they've
He did
revised-
the right thing. He
Yeah,
did himself
yeah.
proud.
They
Really,
revised the rules now that in a situation where it's a close finish in a timed match, the referee has a complete control over the clock, and if the referee feels that it's warranted for any reason to stop the clock, even if it's like a player asking for the cue ball to be cleaned, which could affect the result of the match, or getting out the long equipment or something like that. The referee now, if they wish, has the power to stop the clock and rather than just letting it run down and have a finish which might leave a bit of a nasty taste in some people's mouths.
It was a good advert for Billiards that match because
a very gentlemanly game.
Because in the result,
nice little double kiss cannon there by Peter. Very pretty shot. Club players would probably just smash those all around the table, but a controlled shot there to
kiss cannon they
kiss
call
cannon.
that. Yeah.
Lovely kiss cannon.
Nice shot. It always looks good, that shot.
It does. It hasn't turned out all that well though, because he could play. I think the red's virtually hard up on the cushion, so he doesn't want to be trying to pop the red along the cushion.
Do a soft screw off the yellow.
Soft screw off the yellow, but he needs the long
He's got
stuff.
control of the red.
Yeah,
Get a good contact on the red.
He needs a very long extension to get all the way
as long
down
as it
there.
gets.
This is as long as it gets.
Far away as it
And
gets.
in fact,
this
a lot
one,
of players, their extensions wouldn't reach this far, and they would have to use their equipment on the side of the table, which of course has a bigger tip and is.
I think if you're not as tall as Peter, most cues wouldn't be
he's
long enough.
actually having to sort of.
It's coming down the side, is he?
Yeah, he's sort of having to reach backwards on this one, so it's not ideal, but just a nice soft shot.
It's in between a little bit.
It's a bit in between. He could just play a thin cannon off the yellow though, and with his class, landing full on the red shouldn't be a challenge here.
It's nice and thin on the yellow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Play that shot.
Yeah, thin with perhaps even a little bit thicker with a bit of right hand side to straighten up the white. It'll be interesting to see how he plays this. He could play this, very thin and plain ball, a little bit thicker with some right hand side. He's done that. He checked it up.
Yep.
That had the advantage of doing that is he's by hitting the yellow thicker,
Widens
he's
the
pushed it
target
up.
a bit and
He's
it gets a
pushed
better
the
yellow.
white further up into the middle of the table, and he sort of made sure that he was coming in on a straight line towards the red. So nicely handled sequence there of just a couple of nasty shots as Peter moves up to 156 and a lead of around 180 now. Long way to go in this match, nearly 3 hours, just a little bit over 3 hours in this 4-hour semi-final. So as we progress deeper into the tournament, the matches are getting longer. We had 3-hour quarterfinals this morning, 4-hour semi-finals this afternoon and this evening, and the 5-hour final tomorrow, which unusually is being played over 2 2-hour sessions and a 1-hour session with suitable breaks in between. And the reason really that's been done is to allow, not for billiards reasons, but just to allow the organisers to fit in a bit of corporate hospitality and just make sure that everybody who's here for the
Caught that red a little bit thick there, a little bit thick.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Probably just a skinny enough into the middle here, but looks like a run through cannon, doesn't it?
I think it is the thin enough. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the trick there was to just hit it so slowly as to leave the yellow out of balk, which he's done beautifully.
After Dave's shot with that final I was talking about, I think it was 10 seconds to go only when Peter comes to the table.
Sprinted to the table, I'll bet.
Just nicked in an off white.
And he got
pinched
it,
by
pinched it by
one.
Right.
So Dave's,
he's done the right thing, but
it's
probably
like I
cost
say, it was a big advert for the game because that's
the
way it should be played.
Yeah. So it probably cost him a few quid, but he probably both players went away happy. Yeah,
brilliant final and
played
in the right way.
Was that this year?
That was a couple of years ago.
Oh, he's just got that a bit short, that pot. I think he's playing for a...
Dave won the
a
double.
cross loser
Dave won
here.
the double in Ireland
Right.
this year.
Okay, yeah.
They won the
yeah.
European and the Irish.
So,
And a guy called Martin Goodwill was,
know
was
Martin.
the guy
Yes, I
that
think
beat
Martin.
Peter Gilchrist.
right, okay, that's a great win for
Uh,
Martin. Martin's a very good player, but I mean,
yeah.
any win
Yeah.
against Peter Gilchrist is a good win by
He,
anyone.
He didn't only beat him in the Irish,
Yeah.
he beat him in the European as well.
Oh, did he? Okay. Where was
And
the European?
that's a first.
yeah. Where was the European
Peter's never
played?
lost in 2 events
Yeah.
to the same player.
Yes.
That's brilliant effort from
Yeah.
Martin.
Where was the European played? Right.
It was at the Ivy Rooms. It was in the Ivy Rooms in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Carlo.
Carlo.
Yeah.
So the two events, the Irish
They were together,
Open
kind of
and
back
the
to back.
European.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So 2 massive wins for Martin there.
Yeah.
He deserved it though. He had I think it was a 3-7-8 break from behind to win that match European. I think they were both the semi-finals.
Yep. Oh, lovely shot there by Peter. Just clipping the outside of the red off a soft screw, bringing the yellow back near to the spot and finishing on a perfect angle there. It's actually got a choice of shots. He's playing a slow screw cannon, which is just developing the red towards the pocket. So lovely little shot he played there.
Thin and off red there, I think.
It is, yeah.
Now he can send the yellow behind the spot. Just nudge the red on.
Just a little bit of risk with this shot, not in getting the shot because it's really unmissable.
Probably play it at drag
but,
to hopefully keep it on line.
Rob Hall would definitely have played that with drag. but,
Yeah, he's a
Peter was content.
exceptionally
just to-
good drag player, Rob.
Yeah,
Hall.
he
He
is.
really gets through it and
He does.
right
yeah,
through the centre.
Yeah.
So that's the key in it with the key with the drag shots.
Yes, yeah.
Got to go right through the centre.
So they say, Ryan,
turn the ball.
that Willie Smith, in player of 100 years ago, was a great master of drag, and he used it all the time. They say he used to even play drag on his middle pocket losers, which
Really?
is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, never seen that actually.
Yeah, no. So maybe that was just where he's playing a very slow one to just
Must
move,
be holding
the
it.
object ball to,
Yeah,
to
not-
hold it. But yeah, I've never seen anybody play drag.
Everyone
on a middle
uses
pocket
the
loser,
top
yeah.
cushion these
Yeah,
days
that's
for
right. Yeah.
the losers, don't they?
Yeah. So just an interesting.
It's coming up to the
interesting
200 break then.
different ways. Yeah, 198. This will be.
Has he crossed the bulk
200?
line? Is
Well,
it? This is the bulk line crossing.
That is it, and he's. Oh, he wanted that
Oh.
to. Actually,
Could
that
be
could have been a
worse.
lot worse. I mean,
Could be
if that
worse.
had gone in, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
No.
Only into bulk
yes,
is
you've got to go in. Yeah.
crossing the.
Yep. Yeah, you've got to go in, not out. So that's fine. He's got an angle here, though. This.
How the rules display is crossing the line into bulk
Yes.
is
yeah.
the bulk line
Yeah,
crossing.
so he's played that okay. The red finished on the cushion, which isn't desirable, but because of the nice slow pace that he played at, he's left himself in off the yellow. Left that one a bit short, all right?
He's got the long loser.
Yeah, but
He
it's
can,
not what he wanted. Not what he wanted. He wanted to push that yellow probably another foot
Yeah.
to leave a drop
Choices.
cannon. But
Yeah,
this,
drop
this
cannon
is
or
just,
enough. He can send the yellow off 2 cushions though, and he'll have the drop cannon. Hopefully, have the drop cannon on the other side. He's going to have to do it again.
It's coming. It's coming.
2 cushions again, and
Yeah.
drop cannon this time.
Just a slight risk of potting the yellow here, but he'll make the necessary adjustment to avoid that via the spotting. He did make
He's
that
checked
adjustment.
it too far.
Yeah, ran through it too much. So
There's 2 ways to play that. You can to avoid potting the yellow. You can play it, position it narrow and play it with a lot of check, and you can play it, position it wide and play it with a lot of running.
in one case you're taking the yellow to the top cushion, in the other case, the second case,
To
you're
the
taking it
side,
to the
that's
side.
right.
Yeah, so and it can vary by an inch as to which shot you can.
He
you
chose
play.
he chose the
Yeah,
check
Yeah.
to the
Just
top
a little
cushion.
too thick, ran it around. So here we are. We're about to see David Causier at his brilliant best, doing what he calls chasing the balls around the table until he gets them into position. So
There's nothing like watching Dave chasing the balls around the
that's
table.
right. Yeah. So he's decided to pot that one instead.
Couldn't quite get the finning
Yeah,
off, could he?
yeah,
It's
no.
tricky.
And
This
it
is a tricky
wasn't
double
even-
bulk, to be
very
fair,
much.
this distance.
Yeah. So
Leave
dead
the red in
slow
a nice
against the nap.
place.
You're never really sure how the ball will move against the nap. It's just gone a bit
full
from.
ball, yeah.
I think
Turned a bit
looking
to
on
the
the
yellow,
screen,
didn't
it just
it?
seemed to turn a little to the left. But of course, that isn't necessarily a roll on the table. That's just a ball travelling against the nap, which does affect the course of the ball. He would have loved to get a slightly thinner double kiss there, which would have left him some sort of a
Some
pot
sort of
on
in
the
off
red.
or pot, yeah.
But as it is, I mean, he hasn't left Peter a shot. It's perfectly safe, but you know, he may not have much.
He
of
could
a
probably,
showing.
he's got a chance of a
Option,
cannon, but he's trying to work out what angle to come in at from.
Yeah, it's risky. You can, play a cannon.
He's trying to size up if Dave,
What Dave can
if
do
he thinks
next.
Dave can get the in off.
Yeah. I know if Peter had
He'll
this
play a
shot,
cannon.
he would absolutely lap up a screw back into the pocket on the same side of the table that he's on. He's such a master of the screw shot, but it's not a shot you'd want to be
He's
playing.
going to do the miss. He doesn't fancy Dave
Just a
getting
safety
this.
miss. Give away 2 points, but just leave your opponent with the problem. If David, I'm tipping David to take this screw in off on.
He's taking it on.
Yep.
Loads of right hand side.
Oh no, he played safe. Okay, yeah.
No, he did play safe,
so
yeah.
Respect.
But
He didn't get it right. He's
strange that one.
He's left a pot red.
If he did play safe, he had a lot of right hand side.
Yeah.
Which,
That was definitely a surprise.
he's caught the red thin. That's what hasn't gone to the cushion.
Yeah. So this pot is
It's kind of
straightforward enough.
it's
but
kind of a pot or a cannon here.
Yeah.
You can't really take both on.
yeah.
It's gone for the
He
cannon.
played the cannon and played it beautifully
He has got
too.
it. Very well played there.
Yeah. Don't think he can get in off the yellow though. He's
Just a
gonna have to play
fraction short isn't it, of the.
He's going to have to play the red, possibly with the rest, which is never easy potting reds, even though it's.
Can he reach
he's not,
that?
how tall is he? Oh, he's plenty tall enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big advantage to be 6'7", isn't it? Right.
It certainly is. Yeah. Yeah, not many players can reach that. Dwaj Hara is probably the only other one.
Okay, so he's just played to leave in and off the yellow in the middle. A mini short Jenny. The yellow we
quite a
can't
thin
really
one, this
see.
one.
It's
It's
pretty thin,
tricky.
yeah. And the danger of a double kiss, especially if you play it with right hand side. That's a beautiful
well,
shot. That just played it with I think he dragged that. I'm not sure, and just played that. It's a lovely shot. Which one of those shots. It's a difficult shot, but if you get it, it develops the balls beautifully into position. Like so many shots in billiards, it's a risk-reward ratio. The more difficult shot often will lead you to bigger and better things, whereas the easier shot won't. I don't think he was trying to hit that right into the red, but he'll be happy with the result. It's
send the red in and out of bulk here, I think.
Yeah.
Towards the yellow.
Yeah. This is a
Hopefully
good example of his mastery. He's put this red
gathering
within
cannon
an
there,
inch of the white.
Amazing shot.
He sent that ball 24 feet to get to within a couple of inches of the perfect position. That's a wonderful shot.
That's okay. You can do the off the side cushion cannon and send the red. Probably land quite close to each other here, A few cannons later and you'll see him set the red pot up. And
this is pretty skinny, this one. Very thin cannon, this.
yeah, he seems to be playing the thick one.
Through, doesn't he? Yeah, that's quite nice. He's left them again.
I think he played the nudge, the red to nudge the yellow just before the white got there.
Again, it's just that this is
very thin as well.
I think maybe he's just trying to get on the left-hand side of the red and
maybe leave the red in the middle, pot red in the middle.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
He's come out nice there.
Made sure he brought his ball away from the cushion. And with the red being out in the open, he's almost certain
He's got a couple of options.
Yeah.
Pot red, I think's probably the one to go for, and
It's like
he's
another
playing the
thin
cannon, isn't he?
Yeah.
Off the
he
cushion
missed that
cannon.
by- Yeah, he missed that
Maybe he
by,
should have played the pot
Yeah,
there.
maybe. Yeah.
Because
Didn't really
he
get the side onto that he needed, did he?
he hit it thin, didn't he? He hit it thin, red thin. If he hit the red thin thicker, he's getting it towards the pocket and be sort of more of a follow through cannon. Yeah, the pot. He definitely would have got the pot, and he could have landed landed behind the yellow.
Yeah. So lovely pace control there by David, just bringing that
past the line. Yeah.
just bringing that past the baulk line into play. Yeah, not a good contact on the red, but he's left it straight. So I mean, he's got a pot shot. He's ignoring that in favour of the
yellow and
the
white in
screw
and out
cannon,
bulk
yeah.
and cannon.
Oh, beautiful, thick, full ball contact on the red, pushing it towards the pocket. That's a good shot. That. If he pots the red twice, the red will go up to the centre spot.
Right next to the white ball.
He's got the white front extra. Alternatively, we'll play the cross loser here and take the red up to the centre pocket. A lead of around 240 for Peter Gilchrist after the first hour of this match, but with the class of player that he's up against, David Causier.
He might not necessarily be leading after this visit.
That's right. David with his welter of enormous breaks that he's been making this week.
That's a good shot there.
Yep. 655.
Suddenly banging that
446, 463, and I think another big 400 in this tournament. So. He's definitely the form player of the tournament. So, Ron, I'm just going to leave you in commentary on your own bit, if you don't mind. I've got to go into the tournament office, but I'll see if I can muscle up somebody to come and join you. You can just carry on. Great to chat, and good luck with your billiards.
Enjoyed it. Cheers, thanks.
$68. 71. 73. 76. 78. 81. Following morning at 8. 83. 86. 88. 91. Back line crossed. 93. 96. 99. 101. 104. 107. 110. 112. 114.
So,
Afternoon, everybody. Neil Croft here again with Ryan Mears. Welcome, Ryan.
thanks, mate. Cheers. And Peter had a big break at
207,
no,
I saw. Yeah, missed
207, yeah.
I think he missed the loser off the white because he hit. Oh, there's a miss from David.
Tiny bit too hard on that one.
Yeah.
Went a tiny bit wide.
Looks like being a really good
Yeah,
game.
Peter,
Same as the
Peter
other one.
missed a loser, wasn't it? It was,
Yeah, loser. I think he was playing it thick with a bit of check side to avoid the
he
four
was
shot.
avoiding the
Yeah.
trousers, we call that. The
What? That's the what?
pot in the both
okay.
whites, we call that a trousers.
Yeah, okay.
Never want the trousers.
No, you never do.
And,
Like that, you mean?
That is kind of
As if on cue, right?
split legs trousers in the middle pocket,
Split
corner
leg, I
pocket.
like it. I like it.
Standard break shot, played pretty well there.
Yeah, you would have liked
Red's a long way from the side
yeah,
cushion,
so
which is what you
there's
need.
no big ball there with the for the cannon.
That's right.
You would have liked the white a bit tighter to the cushion, but
You can keep the white close to the cushion. It's
you can't play the cannon.
You
I
can't
think
have
that's
it.
just going to miss.
It's good. It's close.
No, it's not
Going. No, it's not right.
How did you find the conditions, Ryan?
I found them really nice. The cloth speed's really nice and effortless to get the white going round the table. Could do all the soft screws and everything like that.
David Pitt was telling me this is the new Strawn Superfine. Is that the first time
Yeah,
you played on this one?
we call it Strachan
Okay.
in England, but it's the same thing. I've found out. Strachan 6811 or
That's
Strawn
the traditional
6811.
one, yeah. And now this is the Superfine, though, which I believe is actually lighter.
We do. It's much finer, it's much more reactive, faster cloth. So sort of halfway towards the number 10. Number 10s are
the one they use for the snooker.
For the snooker on the TV. And they play very quick. They throw very wide.
Yes.
For
yes. Have you found it narrowing up as the week's gone on, though?
They have. Yeah. They have.
Yeah.
I've found that.
Yeah.
And it caught me out for a while actually. In my
early on.
My last 32, I think it
Hitting
was.
all your forces too wide,
Yeah.
too hard. Yeah.
First knockout. Yes. Seem to be missing all my losers all of a sudden.
Always onto the side jaw.
Yeah, missing them wide actually. Yeah, wide. So
Matthew Bolton, who you know very well, told me once many years ago when he plays on the brand new cloths, he plays all his long losers with a touch of check side to avoid that.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to spot them as wide as you actually need to when they throw so wide on the
it's
brand new
it's
cloths.
almost uncomfortable wide. You have to spot them. Unnaturally wide. So the bit of check, you effectively put it in the same place.
Yeah. But then, of course, you bring into play all sorts of queuing errors and issues.
Yeah, you've got to allow for the push off
throw,
and the throw,
and it doesn't come back early, and
it doesn't turn back. Yeah, that's right. It kind of squirts out. They call it squirt. It sort of spurts out from the initial shot. It doesn't pull back in.
Lovely little crowd shot. This one drawing off the red.
This one's always tough. Tend to play these with a bit of run inside.
It's funny you should say that because I saw Mike play one.
It's more natural.
He tried to play that with check, I reckon, to a bit of pocket side.
He has played that with check.
He didn't get into it.
Played it with loads of check actually, and they're harder to judge. What I was just saying about the spurt, sort of out to the side.
Yep.
That's exactly what's happened there. He's all that right left hand side has pushed the white to the right, and he's caught the red thin. So it hasn't come back sort of as sharp as he was wanting. That's the thing with running side on that shot. You never have that. You're pushing it, and you're going to hit it thicker.
But you don't hit it too much because then it hits one of the jaws and it won't take it into the pocket.
You tend to miss it on the sort of bolt cushion in that case when you do that.
I first saw David play 23 years ago in a World Championship in Bhubaneswar, Ryan, and at that stage
23 years ago.
Yeah, wow. 1996 it was.
Yeah.
You were probably barely born. And
it was before I started
snooker.
David
was a real double strength player back then. He used to hit the balls incredibly hard, and he was incredibly quick. He's still probably the quickest player going around in terms of his shot selection, time taken to play.
Yeah, he's the quickest I know.
He was ridiculously quick 23 years ago. But he didn't have...
Slowed down, is he?
A little, yeah, he has. He didn't have the cue ball control that he has now. And he'd play a lot like this with the balls in the open and whack him double strength up and down the table into them. He's got to lose position. But he never did. The balls never seemed to go into bad spots. He knew where they were going, even hitting them at double strength. But he's refined his game a lot from my memory of watching him in 1996. Obviously a long time ago.
Much more controlled game these days.
Yeah.
I used to be a lot quicker than I am now. I've slowed down.
Experience slows you down,
Yeah.
Fear of missing and all that sort of stuff that we're all familiar with.
I think you tend to need to be a better match player and just to give yourself enough time to be ready for the shots each time and that. And you recognise these moments when you're in them, sort of more and more. And the significance of them, and
absolutely
all helps you to be harder to beat in the long run. I've noticed that with Krishna as a good example of, he's got loads of knowledge for such a young age, but he's very quick, and sometimes he just doesn't give himself enough time to sort of visualise the shots and the situation sometimes.
Well, you won't get many more experienced players than David, Peter, Mike and Surav.
No, that's right.
So it's a tremendous last four. and both games are shaping up as though they're going to be quite close. As much as the purists would like to see 400 and 500 breaks, I think...
I was saying to David, I've seen many a finals with Dave and Peter. More than half a dozen, I think I've seen finals, and they're always, they're always pretty close.
Yeah.
And I think it is 50-50. I think
is that right?
neither of them are one more than the other. They've had a one-pointer as well.
Have they really?
Saying about that earlier.
Over 4 hours?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
It was 435, 434.
Well, that's not very big scoring for those guys over an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
It's okay, but
900-ish.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not massive scoring.
I think there was a double century each in the match. It was, it's a good, all-round good final. Right, nice dramatic finish.
I see the nice little double kiss he got there to drop the white in perfect.
The nick on the white, just to direct it behind the spot.
The slips would have gone up for that one.
He gets little flicks like that, and you sometimes think maybe he is playing.
I think he's going to turn up pretty good anyway, but
yeah,
it certainly helped.
Yeah. Just 100 behind now.
Yeah, nothing in it.
Similar to Mike, isn't it? This game
very
starting
similar.
to be.
Yeah, bad miss by Mike towards the end of that first session against Surav that gave Surav the table. So that's very evenly poised, that game, and I've got no reason to believe this one.
Mike got into a bit of a lead at the beginning. Before Surav got his big break to get back in the game. I'm not sure how many. It was over 200, I think, wasn't it? And
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it might have been 200.
Is it 277 or something like that? It's a fairly big 200, I think, because he had quite a deficit on his out. I think he went 80-ish in front at the end of that break before Mike took the lead again after that. And there's only 20 in it now, and there's like 25 or something when they return.
Yeah, there's nothing in it at all. And probably the advantage is with Surav because he's at the table, though he hasn't got the balls in great position, but I dare say he'll score from what he's left. David's got them sort of roundabout at the moment.
He plays that shot well.
That was a lovely shot.
The red never hits either ball. It's always straight through the gap.
Yeah.
Seems like good timing on the pass through. I've seen him play Postman's Knock, where he's landed too straight on the red, and he's already potted it once. He's got to stun it into the white, and he plays the red, so it bounces off the cushion, and it never hits the white or the yellow. He gets the double kiss on the object white, and it just opens up for the red to sort of thread through on the way through to the corner. Yeah. That's come out okay.
Copped a little jaw that's left him chance to correct this white across towards the spot.
From the cushion.
Try the double kiss on the white here.
Yeah.
Or just clip
always
it
try and get the double kiss.
He's gone a bit high on it, but the red's
it's
okay.
all about the red on this.
Yeah, it is on that
shot.
situation. Absolutely.
The red goes past the white for the pot. I think he'd maybe try and get.
Do you think you'll screw baggy or just drop in and going off the white?
He wanted to be a bit high on that, so he could screw past the white and then he
play
could
the
send
correcting
it back
cannon.
in. But he's landed a tiny bit low, so he may just pot the red twice now and
in off the white.
Yeah,
drop it on the pyramid spot and go from there. Or will he try and get it over the middle?
Yeah, probably.
And
once again, he landed straight on the red there, so
that should go to the middle there.
That's twice. He never
makes
makes that mistake.
I think David told him.
Yeah, I think so. I think he might have realised just as he was doing it.
He's had a balk line warning, so there's a reason for that. I think he may have dropped short there deliberately to do the balk line crossing, which he's just done.
You're right. Yes, that's spot on. Yeah, that's what it was about.
So it looked like it was Paul, but it was actually planned.
Yeah, it was.
It's the butcher's way of passing the. I made 143 in '96, the only time I played under the balk line rule.
It's not a bad way to do it, you know?
It was
It's
the
not a
only
bad
way, because I was a snooker player, starting to play billiards, and I thought I didn't know how to do it, so I just potted the red twice, left short, effectively potted the blue into the middle and in and out
It's
of balk.
quite simple that way.
The pockets were much tighter than these days, so it was fraught with danger. I much prefer the way these guys do it. Just leaving that thin pot red and bashing it in off 5 cushions. I just love that shot. But never before or since played under that rule, so that was a skill I didn't really need to learn.
On the 5 cushion shot that you talk about, it's difficult to play on that on these because the cushion slides so much. You've got to be fairly deep into the
chance
of
going into one of the balk pocket. The top pockets after 1, 2, 3 cushions without hitting the 4th or the 5th. Yeah,
you've got to be close to the bulk cushion. And
I saw Mike play it in '96, and every time the ball came back towards the red, and I thought, this is going to end up too high, but it would hit the 5th cushion and then just check back up and end up perfect.
The last 2 cushions.
The first 2 times I thought it was a fluke, and then after that I realised it was exactly what he was playing.
It's run inside off the first 3 cushions,
check.
Check. And
I was sure it was going to end up wrong, and it would just check up off that 5th the top cushion every time. It was beautiful to watch.
All these guys have got that shot to muscle memory to the tee. It's
don't
almost harder to play at the wrong pace than the right pace.
Yeah.
So I think he's looking like he is going to hit the front on this visit. And I think I said about, I don't know, a quarter of an hour ago, he might not be in front after this visit. And
you're getting proven to be correct.
Yeah.
We just got a bit too thick there.
Has he still got the pot red, has he? Loads of check.
Oh, it's a good shot. I didn't think he could hold that. It was a terrific shot.
Yeah, potted it as thick as he possibly could.
Yeah, it only just went in, but that's what he had to do.
Well.
Now he's perfect, I think.
Yeah, he is now, yeah.
Would have liked that a bit higher, but he'll take it.
Mike, as an example, he would get it a lot nearer the red spot.
David plays a little bit more sort of what we call a shoebox. The white's in a shoebox just underneath the red spot. Whereas Mike used to use what we call the Lindrum lines, which is just next to the red spot, parallel one side or the other, just going up and down.
Really close.
The best exponent I saw, and you'll know, is of the really close top of the table was Roxton Chapman. His ability to play the top of the table. He said to me once, this is again back in '96, he said when he's playing his best top, he tries to get 20 points out of each inch that the white moves down the line before he plays the indirect one to push it back up. That's sort of incredible touch. He felt like he was butchering it if he hit the object white, a centimetre or something. He was using up valuable ground. But he's a beautiful player.
I've practiced that kind of top where you're trying to not move the white at all. How many can you get before the white gets to the black cushion? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure Roxton would be the one to be the world champ, or in his day would have been the world champion of that.
I can get to 50.
Is that right? That's good going. But you don't really want it because it's really important to have the indirect cannon shot to get it back. It's good
the indirect
for your touch,
cannon
I
is
suppose.
just as important, if not more.
Every bit as important, if not more. David's, again, the shoebox, that he's just pushed that wide. He wasn't really too fussed about it. Well, this is an interesting one.
He's going to send the white back and across using the jaw there.
Not quite. Went off. Oh, it's okay. What will he do here, Ryan? Will he just leave it up for a reverse drop cannon? Or will he do something? No, he's potting it.
He's potting it, but I wasn't sure where he was going to leave the white there.
That's not ideal, is it?
I think it might be all right for the off-white, actually.
Looks wide, but he could be right.
He can probably run
this is
run
inside. A little bit of running side, yeah, definitely.
Oh. Seemed to hit that fraction thin, didn't he?
I think he knows the table. I wasn't sure that was going in. Little forcer here. He'll have to go in and out here, I think.
A bit thinner on them shots, and it doesn't take the run inside.
Yeah.
It doesn't kick it as wide as it would have done. It's a good line.
He'll have the in off.
Yeah, send the
He's got to
white
play just a
round.
bit of running to avoid the red on the way round.
Is he playing the cannon?
Oh, is he?
He is playing the
Oh,
cannon.
you're
That's
right.
interesting.
Don't like this. Don't like this at all.
No.
Now,
Bit-
this is
bit
the one I
pacey, wasn't it?
discussed. I would play this with left-hand side, pocket side, but you
This
think
side,
you'd play it with
this
right-hand
side,
side.
left-hand side on that occasion
Yeah.
because it's near the cushion.
Yeah, okay. So
If
you
you
need
can-
the pocket side to make
yeah.
sure of it. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I'm
when
sure I
it's
saw
more
Mike
into
play
the
one
middle
from
of
a
the
similar
table.
spot where he played it with running side, just to.
Also depends how close you are.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're close to the red or the object ball, you can get good control of the exact right amount of stun.
Yeah.
And when you're a bit further away, check side.
Yeah,
know,
you want
makes
to,
the
you
pocket
need all
bigger.
that spin to make sure
Yeah,
you get
make
it,
it-
make the pocket a bit bigger.
Yeah, so when your object ball's more in the middle of the table, that's when the running side is better because
Yeah. Well, it's an easier shot.
the
You-
side
you-
can't really help you in the pocket.
No,
so
no.
it's
exactly.
more natural. It's more natural.
Oh, he's played that well.
That's nice.
Played that very
It
well.
try and come sort of float just past, maybe even screw, just
Just dropping in for the in-off.
keeping it simple.
Yeah. Simple in-off red here. You spurn the white money, just drop it over the middle. Yeah.
When he leaves the red over the middle, he'll try and drop the pot in and maybe just land left of the white to
correct the
send it back
correct the
in.
white towards the spot. Of course,
I think he couldn't quite do it. It's going wide of that shot. So master of changing of plans.
he's got a lot of shots. That's
He
not
never
ideal
runs out of the.
Just a little thick cannon here with a bit of check side. Yeah.
174.
That's nice red there. So deep screw off the side cushion there. Didn't try and do too much on that as well.
No,
Just
he's left it
always
beautifully.
always had the
Play
enough
this-
white.
Play this thin and should leave a drop cannon, I think.
He should do, yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Could have done a little bit higher.
It's just about okay.
Is this
I
on
think.
direct or no, indirect? He's playing it off
Yeah.
the cushion. How do you play this one, Ryan?
Touch of check generally, and
Oh, how good's that contact?
wow, yeah.
Beautiful
That is-
contact on
that
the
is
red.
good, isn't it? If he wants, he'll get the white back behind.
Yeah, nice little shot that one.
Soft
too.
screw there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Keep himself in the
But
pot
intricacies
red
of that little soft screw are lost on, unless you know what's going
Yeah.
on. You didn't realise how good a shot that was. He got that a
exceptionally
bit
good
thin.
touch. Yeah, got it thin there.
Yeah, he's going to pot it. Of course. He's
Bolt
on
line
one out. Yeah,
crossing.
he's crossed
Yeah.
the net. Again, it was no mistake. He did it deliberately.
He caught the side cushion on the
Yes.
that way.
He
So
wanted, yep. Oh no.
he's missed it. It's a rest shot there. Hitting it at the right angle on rest shots at that distance. Always
No, it
quite
wasn't an
tricky.
easy shot, but I expected him to make it.
I play that shot underarm. The rest
you
shots,
really?
Rest shots underarm.
To
find
what
it-
end? For what purpose?
I find I cue it straighter.
Is that right?
Yeah, I find when I cue it like Dave just did just there, the normal way, I
Yeah.
always sort of hook it.
So you get the
No.
long stuff out and just
long,
cue it
long stuff.
regularly.
That's it.
That's fascinating.
Underarm and normal.
That is fascinating.
And it's done me a lot of good since I've done that. I'm doing snooker as well. Play some snooker tournaments, and
I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that.
I've done it while I've here, but I don't know how. Yeah, I suppose I haven't
Did you
played
learn
that
that
many
from,
rest
did you
shots, but
make that up yourself, or did you see someone else do it?
I did it naturally when I was about 15.
Right. Okay.
I found it just a natural way to do it, more comfortable way to do it. But I got mocked about it by my mates
I'm sure
quite
you
a lot,
did, yeah.
and if I was under pressure to get them, and if I did miss, they would sort of joke about it to me, and in the end I stopped doing it But I
And
stopped
then you
doing
got
it
good enough, you felt like you could keep doing it again.
until I saw Pankaj. I saw Pankaj.
Okay.
Sorry, not Pankaj. Sunny Akani.
Right, yes.
The guy on the snooker. He come in the scene and he did it, and the commentators, Clive Everton, everyone were asking him about his underarm rest technique, and he's got a special extension, so he can reach all the really long ones.
Yep.
Underarm as well.
So it must be 5 foot long or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
The length of the cue.
And it's kind of smooth to the cue, so there's not a, because that's the thing with my extension. I'm cue on the chin. It's kind of on the bit that's extended, the telescopic part of it. So
yeah,
I haven't got a special extension for the shot myself.
One good shot here, and he's in. He's
nice,
in what the mare's off this
touch on the yellow here.
Yeah, great shot.
Use the jaws, slow
Use
the
3
red
jaws
down.
to slow it down and leave it off the cushion. Beautiful shot.
He's in prime now.
He is.
All of a sudden. But yeah, that encouraged me to go back to it, and that was a year or so ago now, and I've really benefited since.
Yeah, good one.
I feel like my rest plays
improved. So you
play
all rest shots you play like that?
75%.
All rest shots you play underarm.
If I can reach it, yeah, every
yeah.
single one. I can screw the ball back. I can do everything more, and it's more accurate.
I think he might have covered the spot here, Ryan. I think he's going.
He has covered
going
it.
up on the pyramid spot.
He can go across the pink spot, and he'll have across the pyramid.
He's not quite
spot.
high enough there. He'll have to pot this and screw up for the other side.
Yeah, it fell down a fraction, didn't it, on the nap?
Always
there.
tends to do that.
Yeah. Soft screw here, I think.
And he's high enough this time.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's nice. Just the other side of the middle pocket line's perfect.
Just drop onto the yellow, and he's
doesn't have to do anything. He just
mini drop this one.
Thickish half ball. Well, he's hit that harder than I thought, but he's tried to gather them rather than interesting one.
He hit it a fraction harder, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did hit that a bit hard. He's not.
He wanted to make sure he didn't.
He's not going to play a little indirect
inside.
off the cushion inside the white onto the red, is he? I think he looked at it. I think he is.
Definitely looking at it.
This is a shot for the crowd. He's playing it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh no, he's not.
But he's got really thin yellow there. Really.
What happened then? Did he?
Really
he must have
yellow.
played it direct off the yellow, surely.
Yeah, thin, really thin yellow. Loads of side, wasn't it? Turn it into the red.
Oh, that's all right.
Listen, a nice example of soft screw here. Soft screw cannon.
Again.
Plays this with right hand side. Just turn the red over for the pot.
Yeah, nice. You blokes make it look so easy.
I wish it was as easy. If I've struggled with it, the top of the table.
Do you?
I'm okay when coming over here. I've found it difficult to get to grips with it.
So is the conditions?
It's the cushions. I think it's the cushions.
So they slide too much?
They slide, yeah. More than we're used to.
But even on a brand new set of cloths and conditions at the start of a tournament, you don't have that amount of slide?
No, not.
Are the cushions
it's not
played
just
in
the
more?
slide, it's the softness as well. It kind of it comes off less pace and just softer bounces. Like the rubber's really new and it's soft.
Okay.
So it just lacks a tiny bit of bounce to what we're used to. But as Rob says, it's good for the top. It's good for the top
because you can hit it a little bit harder and they don't go
once
anywhere.
Once you adjust, you've got a bigger margin for error.
Yes.
You can sort of get behind the ball from a wider position.
He might have a cover here.
He has got a cover there, yes. I don't know if he's got the yellow onto the...
Well, he has, but I think he's got to play it with a bit of pace, which means he's going to split them up.
Yeah, and he's close to the yellow as well.
I'm not sure what his next shot's going to be. Even if he does score here, he's going to spread the balls wide.
He's going to have to do the off-the-cushion cannon.
Oh, yellow 2 cushions onto the red.
He could play 2 cushions. He could play side cushion, black cushion, and red to yellow. But if he plays the 1 cushion, he's got to hit one of them
quite hard,
fairly thickish and quite hard.
Which is what he's done. He's got it.
He's done it well.
It's worked out
nice
okay. It's not an easy pot.
Judge well.
I expect him to get this. He could play
Them
this.
shots are tough because if you have a fraction of side that you're not playing for,
you won't hit it.
No chance of getting it.
Yeah.
It's a good pot under pressure. And he's hit the front now, he's just taken the lead again. I think there was one in it just now that I saw, so that pulled up a little bit against the net there,
didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, just in front now.
Again, I don't think he'll do too much with the yellow here. He'll focus more on his contact on the red.
He played that, I don't know if it played
Touch
that
your
with
right-hand
side.
side?
Yeah, that's
To swing the yellow round.
That's to swing the yellow, get it nearer the spot,
Yeah.
otherwise than you would. I'm still a bit afraid to play it that way. Afraid of getting. I always try and get the contact on the red right to leave the red.
Absolutely.
And, run inside compared to check side. I'm too afraid not to get that contact on the red. Right. He looks good here to drift past the yellow and.
For the correcting cannon?
Yeah, I think so. Might need a tiny bit of stun.
Fraction straight to me, but you're probably right. We'll see.
It must be too straight, I think you're right.
I think he's just going to pot it again and going off the yellow, isn't he? Don't think he's got too many other choices.
He's pretty straight again.
Yeah.
Dave's looking interested, isn't he? He's confused there.
There's a little opening here, chance for something to go wrong.
It's unusual you see I think he's played for the in-off yellow.
We call that Snilliards in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah. Same names, different side of the world.
Or flogging the red, one or the other.
Snilliards is the term we like to use.
Oh. No, he's okay.
Done that well.
Think you'll put the yellow up next to the red here and try and play a couple of cannons, or
I was just thinking though, he's played the in-off red, and he is on 80, past 80, he needs to cross the bulk line. He could have rolled it in.
He could have belted that in, you're right. He might have missed an opportunity there.
It was natural, really, wasn't it? Didn't have to do too much.
Yeah, it was thin, but he didn't have to do much with it.
Yeah.
He in his 270 only crossed the balk line on 201. He was right at the death. His last
198.
198. He crossed the balk line to get to 201. Yeah, he had no margin for error there. He didn't have the balls under perfect control, similar to this. So he's got 14 points to work with. I suspect he could just nip the red in and try and hold for a little sort of wild sort of.
I only did one cross line bolt line crossing in my World Championship go, and against my mate Nathan Mann, who was on this table on the stream, and first time I got to 97 and I'm trying to cut the red in, and I'm thinking cut the red in the middle, set up the pot red. Bit easier this time to get the pot, cut the red and go off the black cushion, get into bolt. And I had a brain freeze. I played it dead weight.
Oh no!
I forgot.
And that was it. Foul.
I missed the red. Luckily, I missed the red, so I won a foul.
Interesting here, mate. He's got 94.
Yeah, he ain't got much to play with, is he?
He's going to have to. Well, if he goes in off the red,
he needs a good red here. If he ain't got a good red, he's played it well.
He's going to have to cut this in thin.
He could pot it and screw back past the line. It's an option.
Oh yeah, okay, and leave a long drop cannon. No, he's going to take the risk. He's going to go in off, and then try and leave it closer, and belt. Hang on. What is he doing?
He's not.
He's forgotten a bit. Oh, he's got 99.
Has he crossed?
No, he hasn't. Oh, hang on. I've missed it.
We must have missed it.
Well, we
must have missed him.
We're too busy talking to each other, mate. I definitely missed it. The referee would have called it.
He was definitely on 81 when he got that in off red, where I thought he could pot it and go in and out. And I haven't seen it since then. It's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, we've missed that.
I cannot remember. I was telling you my story about the bolt line.
Yeah. I'm sure the listeners at home are thinking, who are these two clowns? Don't know what's going on. But anyway.
David must have. David would have said if.
Well, the
if there
referee
wasn't
should have
there.
said.
And yeah, Kevin never misses something like that. So. If Kevin has missed that, that's the first.
Trying to think. Oh, did he?
Right.
You're right.
How many was he on?
Yeah, when the red was close to the pot and he just screwed back very gently off the red and potted in the middle, he must have got across the balk line then. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What was his break at the time?
It was in the 90s or something. He had the red up near the yellow spot. So, yeah, he had the red up near the yellow spot and he potted in the middle and he just screwed back. He must have screwed back over the balk line. We didn't pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Does ring a bell.
Thank you from our audience.
That's my dad, though.
Yeah. Oh, is it your dad?
Yeah.
Ryan's dad put us correct. It's a very subtle balk line crossing. Probably the most subtle balk line crossing I've ever seen. In the meantime, he's lost the yellow. And double balk ensuing.
He's underhit that fraction. He wanted to have the off red.
Not much to go on here. Dave will just bury the yellow on the cushion. Don't think he'll try to do anything clever.
No. Generally, as a rule of thumb, if you've got the opponent's got the in-off, they maybe go for a shot, maybe try and move the red, but otherwise, if it's just a pot, misses the shot.
Particularly a straight pot like that,
Especially
where he can't get down to the middle pocket or anything like that. You pot this and try and play for a sort of wild, sort of long-distance cannon, I think, won't he?
Nearest the side cushion, where his hand is.
That's what he's got.
Played it well.
It's not bad.
He's played it well.
It's going to be thin, but it's on.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's probably where you'd put it by hand if you were going to have this shot.
Yeah. I think he'd have liked it a ball wider, but he'll take it.
He's sure to avoid the double kiss.
Absolutely.
As well, so he's thinned it. It's got the cushion.
Now, is that
He
lucky
may
or
have
is that
played
deliberate?
that. He may have played that. It's towards the yellow.
David doesn't. I don't know how David looks about that, but
I'm not sure David's convinced that he did play a lot of that.
don't let anybody in. We've just been joined by greatness in the commentary box. Robbie Foldvari's dropped in. Yeah, very close match, this one.
He's had a couple of good centuries, but
Keeping it tight though, huh?
yeah, not taking too many risks and that.
Yeah, to be honest, the only way to beat Dave is you've got to get in his head.
Yeah.
Because if he plays without thinking,
He's
he's got
unbeatable,
no
isn't
chance.
he?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
that's absolutely right.
Go on mute for a minute. I can't believe the best player for the last 60 years is saying that somebody else is unbeatable. I find that quite interesting.
Peter with a slight advantage here. His 100-point lead and in play as we approach the end of this session. If he can get the balls under control, there's every chance he could take a substantial lead into the second session.
Peter comes into his own in these kind of positions. He's been in this position so many times against
Great match
Dave as
player.
well.
Yeah,
And,
great match player, obviously.
I'll be surprised if he gives Dave another chance the rest of this session. If he breaks down,
there won't be much to shoot at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be something like what happened just now, where he double bulked. And
Yeah.
It's a little bit tricky.
Possible in off the yellow.
This is a kind of position where I'd be getting the extension out, doing the
And
underarm,
play it underarm
soft
underhand.
screw, like stun red
Onto
and off.
the red. I think he's just got a simple in off the yellow, hasn't he?
It's not too bad. It's a bit
It's very
thin, but it's-
straightforward. Yeah, to touch a check, I think.
alright.
But
Yeah, not too bad, is it? If he can dead weight this cannon, he can keep the yellow behind the spot. Oh, he's
got
a
it
little bit
fraction
thick.
but it'll be all right. He didn't like that shot much, but I think he'll like the result.
It's a good result. We call this easy top when it's just above the spot.
Yeah, we call it
And
reverse top.
it is a lot easier.
Reverse top, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately the yellow ends up near the pyramid spot in about 3 shots, so you have to think of something else.
I'm much better at this kind of position than the normal top.
I find that hard to believe, Ryan.
I've been known to get a 50 break in under a minute with this.
That is good going.
You can just sort of when it's a bit nearer, ideally, but you land straight on the first red, roll it in, and just a nudge cannon on the second shot.
Just a little gathering shot there, which is not going to work out, I don't think.
He can do a cushion first cannon, bit side, black cushion, left hand side there.
Just got the referee. Put out a call to the referee to take a step to the left. There we go. Thank you to Dan to...
it's tricky though with the long stuff.
Not
it's
that
going to
easy,
be tricky.
yeah. There's not this is not easy because you've got to play that with a lot of left-hand side. Oh, if you can reach it without the long stuff,
He's looking right round.
Good shot.
Yeah, good hit.
Again, made it look easier than it was, I think. It's still not out of... He's not out of jail yet. Little soft screw off the red onto the cushion onto the yellow. He's going to another little soft screw here. I think might gather these back together somewhere near where the red is.
Yeah, soft stun. Should be quite near each other.
That's interesting.
Quite near each other.
Move them a bit away.
Soft stun yellow red this time.
Yeah.
And should be in much better position after this one.
Oh, there's good contact on the red there.
That was a good shot.
Yellow's gone a little bit further than where he'd like, but I think he can play on the red for a little bit.
Can leave the loser and rescue the yellow now. A few shots time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Peter's so used to playing Dave. He knows just what to do to beat him. He's a good match player anyway, but he knows Dave like the back of his hand, and the way to beat him, like Mike said, is to
slow him down.
Just to make him think, basically. You know, put him under pressure. Everyone's fallible to pressure, and Dave is no different. He's just different when he's not under pressure.
Yeah.
He's pretty much unplayable.
Interesting shot, not how he played it.
Yeah, he played to send the red in and out of bulk there, didn't he? And
Has he turned up with a little cannon here? I would.
if it's
maybe
wide
not.
for the cannon,
It's
he's in
wide,
trouble.
yeah, it's wide, yeah. Is he just going to bash the cannon?
He
Or
may
is
have
it on?
it's the Jenny, I think, long Jenny.
No,
Yeah,
it
the
was,
cannon.
was pretty
He did
much
have the
on.
cannon. Minutes to go.
Good pot here, and he can recover it.
If he can keep at the table for the rest of the session, he's Tough shot. It's a good shot.
Very good shot.
And he's landed nice now. He can send the yellow back behind the red.
Little thick run through.
Yeah, follow through cannon. And good contact on the red. Leave the pot and away he goes. Yeah, it's a good shot.
First danger sides for David here, I'd suggest.
Yeah, Dave gave a look there just before he. Oh, he's had a kick.
Yeah, no, I think he underplayed it. I just don't think he cued it well. No, you're right. He's going for the kick.
I could just tell by his reaction. I've seen the reaction many times. It's okay though. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's recovered now. Bump it up a little bit and leave the pot. He's covered him, hasn't he? It's funny, he played that with not really any left-hand side.
Which you thought he would have needed. Would have straightened the red up a little bit too.
Get under the red and...
Still he's holding the table. I think that's his key. He's looking. I'm sure he's looking at the time, thinking if I can just hold the table here, he can have a 250
be very
lead.
mindful of it. Very mindful of it indeed. Because he's been in these finals with Dave, and he's when he hasn't kept the table like in this position.
Yes. Well, there's the balk line cross. We didn't miss it that
crossed
time.
It early.
Thanks to Dan for pointing that out to us. So the balk line's been crossed, folks. So there's no issues there.
Tap on the leg from Dave. Nice drop cannon position.
Not quite.
And that looks good to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's nice. Yeah, like I say, he's been in this position where he's not held the table. He's just lost the visit just before the session ended, and so Dave's sort of coming back when the second session starts.
Yeah.
A massive break later, he's down
and away.
Yeah. So important to be at the table when you're coming back.
Well, if he's at the table in another 8 minutes, he could easily have another 150 points.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge to be. You keep racking up the lead, but then you have a rest and you can rack up a massive lead.
Yep.
When you come back.
Yeah, it's a critical 8 minutes in this game. Certainly the way Peter's playing, I think he's aware of it.
Yeah, definitely. No one's more adept to these situations than Peter.
Another good shot, just pushing the yellow up to the line.
It's a nice spot now.
Easily correct it back down behind the spot.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit short to me, but I'm sure it's okay.
I thought he may soft screw that to keep himself near to it, but
it's worked out.
Yeah, it's a good yellow this time, but is he all right for the pot though?
I think so.
Yep. I've also seen Peter on the other reverse side of that is run out of position like this and have almost an unsaleable lead with him coming to the table second session. He's held the spot there, so nice position for the cannon here. Bit of check just to just nudge it down past the spot. Caught it a little bit thin though, so didn't have the pot red which he wanted.
Yeah. He's got that back where he wants it.
Be an in off this time, and he's going to have to.
He has to get it up.
Bit further up than it is.
Into the magic circle, Ryan.
That's the one. Yep.
And he hasn't. He's left the drop cannon.
He hasn't. It's almost like he did that on purpose, but
I don't think
I'm sure
he
he didn't.
I don't think
I'm
he
sure
did because
didn't.
that's a fraction wide, I reckon. No, he's just underhit that.
You always want the pot.
Yeah, he's playing this off the cushion.
It's a cushion first, Cannon. That way round, there's no risk of a cover, but it's landed pretty hampered. Yeah, that's okay. Red goes, so. I've learned the way to play this.
Play to go over the top of the yellow
that's
here.
it,
I think he's a bit high though, isn't he? Can he get over? Oh no, you're right, he can.
Yeah.
I was commenting on Mike playing that shot in the last session. I think Mike's the best I've seen at playing that shot.
It's a good trick to know, that one.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. So steep brook shot.
Now he's back in prime position.
Bit of run inside just to get the top side of the red there.
Didn't try to do too much with the yellow. I thought he might have got a bit more greedy then.
Yeah, Mike definitely would have. He definitely
Would have got that up
right
tight
to
against
the red,
near the spot. Yep, on the Lindrum lines.
I suppose it's a risk though.
Well, you get the cover.
You don't want to land
or
on the spot.
Yeah, you put it on the
you know,
spot, and then you got to go up to the pyramid spot, and
or even cover the red to one pocket.
Yep. So I think at the
all
moment,
things that
I
can
think it's
happen.
conservative. I think it's paramount in his
yeah.
mind to be at the table at the end of the session. So
Absolutely.
there was no crowd pleasing billiards there.
Yeah, he knows. He just knows how important
No
that
heroics.
is to be. So no risks.
Oops.
Slippery gloves.
Yeah. Lovely contact on the red there.
Yeah. Bit of check there to.
Well, he could
straighten
convert
it.
to postman's knock if he wanted to here, and there's an added advantage there in that if he does miss, David's yellow's buried
Always
under.
good to have.
No, he hasn't tried it. He's played the
rescued him.
played the beautiful shot there, and it's worked out well. Worked out very well. 300 lead looks pretty good at the end of the session here.
How long we got now? It's just a minute or
it's only
two
a couple
now,
of
I think,
minutes.
isn't it? Like I said to you earlier, I'd be surprised if Peter gives up the table before the
It's 3 minutes.
session finishes.
3 minutes and yeah,
And it's looking like that now, and it's
300, very close to 300 lead. And at the table in perfect position, it's a mountain to climb for David.
I said a while ago, the only way Dave's get back to the table is a double bulk.
Yeah, if he loses the white, or the yellow, as the case may be.
Yeah. And it looks like he's not even going to be doing that. Get to the 200 before the session finishes.
He might be
Be at
crossing
the
the balk
table.
line around about the time when the bell goes.
Yeah, so we'll be about then.
So he got a bit of angle there.
Just enough angle to force
Matthew
it out.
Bolton's just walked into the commentary area. Just telling me that those that can play, play, and those that can't, commentate. Matthew, of course, bemoaning his recent loss in the quarterfinals. Disappointing for all us Australian supporters.
It's a shame, I suppose, not to have a maybe Australian English final.
Folks, I've got to tell you, Ryan said that with a big smirk on his face. I think the pain of the Ashes loss is still being well felt by our English colleagues, folks. So we can revel in that success.
Well, you call it a loss. It was a draw in our eyes.
Retention of the Ashes, Ryan.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You've been following cricket long enough to know that that's what it's all about.
How's this going? Could be a tricky shot.
Well,
here.
there's the balk line cross, but has he got a run through here, or is he completely out of position. He doesn't look happy.
Does he?
I'm not sure he can run through this. Oh, maybe he can. He's got down on it quickly, so I'd suggest he can.
I think he's just a bit confused of how it's how that crossing's the line it's ended up being. He's straight on. He's got it lined up here, so a thinning off red is the shot, I suppose. But
I think he might not play.
These are shots that you don't really want to be playing.
Well, you'd rather play it now than first up the next session, wouldn't you?
I mean, you want to wait 20 seconds really, and
he's got it.
He's got it. He has got it. They're the kind of shots that if you're going to miss, you're going to miss just before the session finishes.
But I think you'd rather play it now than as your first shot cold in the next session.
You want a nice, easy shot, really, don't you?
You won't get another one in now.
One. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Great.
So he's stayed there.
Great session for Peter.
Yeah, and he's done everything he needs to do and more there.
With a 273 lead and at the table.
Well worked out there. Good arithmetic.
Maths is one thing I could do, right?
that was my strongest subject as well.
Well, thanks for that, Ryan.
Yeah, enjoyed that. It's
very enjoyable to talk to you.
Nice to meet you now. And
yeah, we'll see you again.
Yeah, hopefully I will do it again soon.
Thank you very much. Signing off.
Signing off.